Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word. Today, we're continuing on with the musical, and we're in chapter 5 of the book of Judges. And we're sitting here in front of my guitars. I actually play guitars sometimes, not very often, but I play once in a while. And today we are talking about the musical that was written after Deborah and Barak defeated the enemy with the Lord's help. And we talked about yesterday, we discussed the beginning of this song, and Deborah describes in that song what their world was like while they were in captivity to the enemy. Okay? And then today we're going to be talking about the rest of the song, and it talks about really the Lord's deliverance of his people in this battle. And it's very specific in the battle. You'll see it'll talk about which tribes helped out, which tribes stayed at home and did nothing, and then it gives graphic detail about how the woman went and killed Sisera. And then the final thing is when it talks about Sisera's mother, and she's like wanting to know, when is he coming home? He should have been here by now. So anyway, let's read chapter. We're going to start in verse 12 of chapter 5, and we're going to go all the way to verse 31, which is the end of the chapter. Okay? So it says this: Awake, O Deborah, and sing. Arise, O Barak, O son of Abinadab. Lead away your captives. Down from Mount Tabor march the noble remnant. The people of the Lord marched down against great odds. They came from Ephraim and Benjamin, from Machar and from Zebulun. Down into the valley went the princes of Issachar, with Deborah and Barak. At God's command they rushed into the valley, but the tribe of Reuben didn't go. So it lists off all the tribes that did go, and they're like, they went down and were fighting the battle, but Reuben didn't go. So let's see what happens with Reuben here. Verse 16, Why did you sit at home among the sheepfolds, playing your shepherd's pipe? Yes, the tribe of Reuben has an uneasy conscience. Okay, so Reuben was apparently just sitting at home playing their shepherd's pipes, or you could be like they were playing their guitars. Just sitting at home, playing some music, and didn't bother to come down and help out in the battle. All right? Why did Gilead remain across the Jordan? Why did Dan remain with his ships? And why did Asher sit unmoved upon the seashore, at ease beside its harbors? So there's quite a few tribes there that didn't participate at all in this battle. All right? But the tribes of Zebulun and Naphtali dared to die upon the fields of battle. The kings of Canaan fought in Tashish by Megiddo's springs, but did not win the victory. All right, if it says by Megiddo's springs. Megiddo is another term for it. You have the Valley of Megiddo, which is also called the Valley of Armageddon, which you can read about in Revelation. It's where the final battle will take place here on earth. The very stars of heaven fought Sisera. The rushing Kishron River swept them away. March on, O my soul, with strength. So apparently, they're fighting, and then they flee into the river, and the river all of a sudden rises up and is sweeping them away. Okay? Verse 22, Hear the stamping of the horse hooves of the enemy. See the prancing of the steeds. But the angel of Jehovah put a curse on Meroz. Curse them bitterly, he said, because they did not come to help the Lord against its enemies. Blessed be Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite. Yes, may she be blessed above all women who live in tents. He asked for water, and she gave him milk in a beautiful cup. Then she took a tent pin and a workman's hammer and pierced Sisera's temples, crushing his head. She pounded the tent pin through his head. He sank, he fell, he lay dead at her feet. The mother of Sisera watched. Let's stop there at verse 27. So this last part, this part that I just read, is all about Jael, which is the woman, the Canaanite woman, who killed Sisera. And she invited him in, and then while he's there napping, she takes a tent peg and puts it through his temple, crushes his head. This last part is taken from the viewpoint of Sisera's mother, okay, who's like wanting to know, well, why is he taking so long to come home from the battle? Verse 28, the mother of Sisera watched through a window for his return. Why is his chariot so long in coming? Why don't we hear the sound of the wheels? But her ladies in waiting and she herself replied, there is much loot to be divided, and it takes time. Each man receives a girl or two, and Sisera will get gorgeous robes, and he will bring home many gifts for me. O Lord, may all your enemies perish as Sisera did, but may those who love the Lord shine as the sun. After that, there was peace in the land for 40 years. So I like this. It's very detailed in the end of the song when Sisera's mother's wondering, like, why isn't he coming home? And then she thinks about it along with the other ladies that are part of Sisera and his entourage, and they think, oh, it takes time to divide up the spoils, and it's each guy's got to get a woman, and then along with that woman, maybe two women, and then Sisera's got to get his women, and then the robes and all that stuff. So it takes time to do all that, they're thinking to themselves. And then, but the reality is Sisera's not coming home. He's dead, killed by a woman. So anyway, they had peace then for 40 years. This ends the cycle. They're living, they had peace, they're happy, they're serving the Lord, but the cycle is going to start back up again. They're going to fall into worshiping idols, and then we're going to see the beginning of the story of Gideon in chapter 6 when we get together tomorrow to talk about that. So I'd encourage you, look at some songs, religious songs, Christian songs, and really look at them and see what's written. Some of the stuff is written as like garbage, but then other stuff, it's like, oh, wow, this is awesome, what they say through these songs. So be reading the songs and see what they say. Thanks for watching. I'm just a regular dude walking the word, and I'll see you tomorrow as we continue our journey jumping into Judges. See you then. Lord's blessing to you.